Iran president just told Donald Trump to F off. He said, if Donald Trump wants war, if America wants war, that Iran is ready for it. You know, what really brought about this whole thing, and please, we on Adam's Link, I hope you guys are following the world politics. Don't be caught up with this irrelevant social media cruise that is going on. Oh. There are some major issues going on in world power that might shape the next world order. So you have to really pay attention, despite this cruise that you guys are catching. The Iran president just told Donald Trump, you know what? Get the hell out. If you want war, we are ready for it. Because Donald Trump wants to strike a deal with Iran when it comes to a nuclear weapon. You know, I keep wondering, what do you people really need nuclear weapons for? You people should leave nuclear alone. Let the whole world be at peace. Leave nuclear alone. Well, Donald Trump said, okay, they want to have a talk with Iran president on this nuclear thing or whatsoever. But Iran said, like, we are not having any nuclear meeting with the United States of America, Donald Trump. We do not want your collaboration. We do not need nothing from you. We do not want to even interact with you guys. And he sent a clear message. He said, Iran is not seeking war. But if the Americans or their agent take a wrong step, our response will be decisive and certain. And the one who will suffer the most harm, the one who will suffer the most harm is America. That is coming from the Iran president. The Iran president said they do not want to have a conversation in negotiation with Donald Trump. But if Donald Trump and his agent feel like they want to take any action against them, that the people that will feel most of the harm will be Americans. Okay, what is happening, guys? Why this whole thing? You know, when it comes to nuclear weapon and so many other stuff, it's really hard to understand. You know, it has to do with world power, people wanting to protect themselves, people wanting to have like protection, like want to join, because any world power now will want to hold some certain level of nuclear weapon, all those kind of things. I don't really see the need. Why can't we just live in peace? But it's impossible. The world will never be in peace. It's impossible, because the way I'm seeing it. Because people thought that if Donald Trump comes, there will not be any more threat of World War III. But now it looks like even with Donald Trump, there is still major threat. And let us move past Iran a little bit. Let's talk about the Russia-Ukraine issue. Donald Trump was hammering on Ukraine to agree to come to the table for negotiation and ceasefire with Russia. I think now Ukraine has agreed. I don't know, whatever they put up together, they sent it to Russia president, to agree to the terms of ceasefire for 30 days. Russia president said, waka to you people, me ceasefire for Ukraine. It's impossible. I'm not going to ceasefire. Russia just reject US back 30-day ceasefire plan in Ukraine. They say, I am not seizing any garden fire. Because as we are meant to understand, Russia has gained a lot of land from Ukraine, substantial amount of land, and they are advancing. According to them, if they ceasefire, Ukraine is going to gain a lot of momentum, then come back stronger. They do not want to give Ukraine such opportunity. According to Putin, they still have more territory to recover from Ukraine, to collect from Ukraine. So maybe by the end of the negotiation, Ukraine will be cut into half, cut into two. What will be left of Ukraine for Ukraine to hold will be like half of former Ukraine. That's exactly what Russia wants. And again, no NATO for Ukraine. Now, we don't know how Donald Trump is going to do with the whole matter now that Russia president has vividly said that he is not going to ceasefire. What will be the next step for Donald Trump and Ukraine? Because Russia rejects Trump temporary Ukraine ceasefire offer. They are not collecting that ceasefire. They are not going to ceasefire. They will keep advancing into Ukraine. That's according to Russia. So I don't know what Donald Trump will say next. Donald Trump going to come online and make another threat towards Russia. But come on, man. We have known Russia for a very long time. Putin do not really make much of the talking, but he does whatever he wants to do. And after he made the announcement that he's not going to agree with the ceasefire, he went immediately to the military base to speak with the generals on the next steps. So there is something going on in the world now that might change. That might change the next steps of the world. I hope it's going to change it for better. I hope it's going to change it for better.
Войска должны быть полностью выведены из Донецкой, Луганской народных республик, Херсонской и Запорожской областей. Причем, обращаю внимание, именно со всей территории этих
регионов. That is him talking and also rejecting it. He said, we have more territory to take from Ukraine. We are not going to stop. The only way we are going to stop is if Ukraine denounce NATO and also give us those territory that are indigenous Russians. That no wahala. Then the ceasefire, everything they can both live in peace. And meanwhile, let's come back to Nigeria. We are hearing Donald Trump is planning to sanction Nigeria. In fact, almost cripple Nigeria economy. Because according to People Gazette, they said, Nigerian constitution, 90% of Christians killed worldwide annually. Nigeria constitutes 90% only Nigeria constitutes 90% of Christian killed worldwide annually. So, US Congress clears Trump to impose crippling sanctions on Nigeria. So what do they mean by crippling sanctions? That means sanctions that can cripple the economy of Nigerians. The US Congress just clears Donald Trump to issue sanctions on Nigerians. Like which kind of sanction now? You know, we are getting aid. Like we are getting close to more than $1 billion aid from USA. You know, the US aid has already cut off some of all those aid. So crippling sanctions, what does it really mean? Will they increase the tariff? Will they increase certain things? Okay, let's see how it's going to, because it's not going to favor you and I. But then again, Nigeria need to put. But if you check, the insurgency rate in Nigeria currently is at the all-time low. Let's be honest. Terrorist rate in Nigeria currently is very, very low compared to Buhari regime, compared to Jonathan regime. Let's be honest about that. But that doesn't mean we have not been having this inter-clash, community clash situation that I think the government need to do way more better. Most especially that Christian, that Fulani, that Christian that defended himself against a Fulani herdsman. and overpowered the Fulani herdsman that was sentenced to death by Nigeria court. All those kind of news are not favorable to Nigeria. A guy, what's his name? Sunday Jackson, who defended himself, successfully defended himself against a Fulani man who came with his cattle to ravage his farm. You still arrested the person and sentenced him to death, despite him overpowering the Fulani herdsman and using the Fulani herdsman's knife to finally end the Fulani herdsman's life. You are still condemning the guy to buy. And this guy that spent like 10 years in jail already. All those kind of news are not favorable. These are the kind of news they submit in front of a U.S. Congress. And boom, they just gave Donald Trump the right. Let me check some comments. U.S. Congress coming for Nigeria soon. Nigeria about to be designated. And also the Muslim ticket as well. The Muslim ticket also will contribute. Makes it look okay, guys. You know what? I think that should be it for now. Let me know exactly how you feel and stay safe and stay alert.